Watercolor requires a tremendous amount of mixing, so let's get over the confusion like that and reveal some secrets. Let's get started. All right, to keep things simple, because it can be a difficult subject, is let's just talk about the mixing that happens in this painting. First, I'm putting on some Naples yellow instead of using masking fluid. That's just going to remind me of places that I want to leave light or white. That's not what this video is about. This video is about mixing color. And in particular, what I want you to think about, and what I was thinking about while I was painting it, was about red and green. Now, if you know about the color wheel, you know that red and green are opposites on the color wheel. So when they come toward each other, if you mix equal amounts of red with equal amounts of green, you will end up with a very dull, either black or gray. So I'm very aware of that while I'm doing this painting. But predominantly, I'm going to be using colors that are in the red area, which means there's going to be some alizarin crimson, some rose, I can't remember, oh, and some cadmium red. So I'll be using a variety of reds, and I'm also going to be using a variety of, not greens, because I mix all my greens, but I'm going to be using Prussian blue and some Hansa yellow and some orange. Anyway, a bunch of different colors. Again, that's not the point. I got waylaid. The point is that I'm very aware of the complementary colors that are going to happen in this painting, and I'm working toward that, and I want that to happen. Now, my reason for that is because I think it's going to enhance the whole painting. There's something about red and green when they get near each other that can create some really exciting neutrals and really exciting grays. And that's what I wanted to have happen in this painting. And I thought that would offset the general red or pink of the peonies. So right now I'm just dealing with pretty much the light parts of the peony. I'm using pretty pure color here, colors that I've mixed up, but nothing's getting too complicated yet. You'll see I threw in a little bit of cerulean blue on the left-hand peony there. That was just in order to create a little bit of, I would say, like a gray kind of darkness, because that peony is further away from the light. All right, now we're getting into the greens. So this is not a green from a tube. This is a green that I mixed. It's probably Prussian blue with a little bit of Hansa yellow in it. And then if you can see really closely, I've mixed up a purple or a violet with red and with also with Prussian blue, and I'm combining that with the green. You can see that. You can see them coming near each other, and if I had a magnifying glass, you can see where they come together. So although that mass looks, that green that I just put in looks like a solid mass, it's not. It's a variety of colors coming together. Now I'm creating some darks that I want to have in the peony that I know I want to keep there. So this would have been some sort of, probably a rose with a little bit of Prussian blue in it. You know, I'm going to keep using the same colors over and over and over again, which is a real secret in mixing, is not to use a wide variety of colors, but to create the colors that you want from a few colors that you plan on using. In other words, a limited palette. Things come together in a more cohesive way. All right, now most of the pure color is in there. Now whenever I have pure color, I want to make sure that I have some neutrals too. So there's a neutral going in there. That neutral that I put in, which is like a gray, that would have been a mixture of a green that I have created on my palette, along with a little bit of that rose mixed in as well. Now I could have used gray, but that would have dulled absolutely everything down. That's what I want to do. And that's really the point of this video, is not to create colors that are grays or browns, but to begin to use color and tip it toward being gray or brown using complementary colors. And you can see that really well now in the shadows that I'm putting in. That's going to be a green with some rose being thrown in next to it. Again, a green with some rose thrown in and a little bit of whatever. Again, it's like whatever mix I already have on my palette. By this time, I don't know, if you're eating dinner, you'd call these leftovers. but there's a system to it, because I said from the very beginning that I wanted to make sure that I used greens and reds in concert with each other in order to create an overall cohesive painting. And I'm using them to create any of the neutrals that I see. And those shadows are dark neutrals. And so instead of picking out a gray or picking out a black, I'm going to mix those from colors I've already used. All right. So now I'm going in and doing a few more petals on the peony, keeping things simple. You know, if you watch any of my videos, you know I like to keep things simple. Limited strokes, just looking at value shapes for the most part. and because this is my happy place. This is what I enjoy doing. I'm not telling you to do it. It's something that I like to do. The point of this video is color mixing. Now, turning it upside down, I know that this one's going to be the darkest element in the painting, although it'll be equally as dark as the darks that I put in the middle of the peony or in the foliage on the vase. You can see I put in a purple. Then I pulled it down and started to add a green. And then from the green, I start to add a blue. That would be the Prussian blue. And I repeat the process. There I am in purple. See, yeah, now you can see those colors coming together, which is very different from putting one color overall. You just won't have that same shimmering effect when you use one color. And the reason for using that one color behind the peonies is it makes those peonies pop even more because, like I said before, they're complementary colors. Red and green, that's what Christmas is all about, those colors. Our eyes love complementary colors when they're near each other. So there was a lot of systematic work that I put into this painting. Even though it's a simple painting, I don't leave what I know about the color wheel behind. I'm very aware of that as I paint. Now I'm just doing some final adjustments. So I encourage you today, if you're doing some painting, think about complementary colors. Maybe you've got a yellow and a violet, or maybe a blue and a orange, or in this case, a red and a green, and start to mix some colors on your palette. See how many colors you can mix from that palette. What are the colors that you can have when they're put wet on wet near each other? How do they work with each other? How do they start to shimmer and shine when you combine them in that way? And you can have some really exciting paintings, but you have to kind of put in the legwork of doing the mixing. Watercolor painting, I think it should be called watercolor mixing because you spend so much more time mixing paint than you actually do the painting. So remember to keep the whites of your paper white, your paint's wet, mass for value, mix for color. If you have any questions about this, and please join my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions about this or about color mixing, let me know and I'll answer them. See you next time. Bye-bye.